Today on Good Morning Maine, a warning about the ice conditions after 5 people fell through the ice over the weekend.
Plus, people came together in Orono to call for an end to the fighting in the Middle East.
And local organizations are struggling to keep up with the demand for heating assistance. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Monday morning. We'll have those stories and a lot more coming up. But first, to check the weather, kind of starting off on the slippery side this Monday morning. We had a little snow overnight. Looks like it's kind of coming to an end now, but it's enough to cause some delays out there.
Seems pretty similar to Friday's accumulation.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Let's check in with Devin Biggs for that full forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already this morning, a couple of alerts in effect here. This right here is a winter weather advisory that will expire this morning at around 11 a.m. along the coast. There's also gale warnings that do remain posted. We'll adjust the map here. This will last through 5 a.m. Tuesday, so active wave heights will be expected soon as this continues to move through. But meanwhile, though, let's take a look at the radar. So we do have some snow moving in this morning, mainly along and south of the Bangor area. Some accumulating snow will be possible in a few areas during the morning period. We'll really quiet down during the afternoon with a partly cloudy sky, so we'll get some sunshine going during the afternoon period. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. This is the only thing going on right now. We'll push this off to the east, and again, later on this afternoon, I should say, so later on this afternoon and beyond, things will begin to calm down. Futurecast showing things kind of relaxing a bit later on today, but especially this afternoon to the evening time frame, the clouds will begin to break up, and then by Tuesday, a lot of sunshine will be seen. But the wind will be an issue today. Some sustained winds getting up to 15 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts to even 30 miles per hour are possible later on today, and some gusty winds tonight as well, so make sure you're ready for those gusty winds. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing the snow showers ending. We'll start to get some sunshine during the afternoon period with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. Well, people will want to take it slow as they head out for the day.
The storm is covering roadways with fresh snow, but it's not expected to last long. Reporter Devin Dagnall joins us now with the latest on the driving conditions. Good morning, Devin.
Good morning, Emma and Craig. I'm just outside the studio right now, and it looks like this storm's just about wrapping up. I mean, if you can even call it a storm, more of a light dusting right now. It was a little bit dicey this morning getting into work. The roads were a little bit slick, so, you know, if you have to be out early this morning, take it slow if your road hasn't been plowed yet. And if you do see those plowed trucks on the road, make sure to give them plenty of room. We're seeing a few cancellations. Well, not so much cancellations, more of delays really coming in. We're seeing Ellsworth, Vassarboro, just to name a couple off the top of my head. But nothing too crazy. It doesn't look like anybody's canceled school yet or any businesses. So sorry to tell anybody that was hoping to have the day off. But we'll keep you updated as this continues. Back to you, Emma and Craig.
All right, thank you very much, Devin. Well, in today's news, game officials are urging Mainers to be very careful while venturing onto the ice. There have been several incidents all around the state, the latest happening Saturday when 5 people fell through some ice in the town of Denmark. The Denmark Fire Department says they responded to a call on Moose Pond Saturday night when neighbors living on nearby Hummingbird Lane heard screaming coming from the dark. Officials say a UTV had been traveling on the ice when it fell through. They say the water was shallow enough that all 5 people could stand on the roof of the UTV and stand mostly out of the water. 3 children were among them. Crews had to use dry suits and floating sleds to reach them and then bring them back to shore on a raft. Denmark fire officials say these 5 people are lucky to be alive, and were lucky they were rescued in a very remote area at night.
They were all very cold. They were all extremely grateful. They were very lucky that somebody heard them from shore.
If you do go out on the ice, make sure that you're testing the ice. There are people out ice fishing on Moose Pond, but you really need to be carrying some type of flotation with you. You should be bringing a chisel that you can test the ice as you're going out there.
Were among those who were rescued. On Friday, 51-year-old Kevin Howell of Carmel died when he also fell through the ice while he was walking on Etna Pond with his 4-year-old son. Wardens are reminding everyone to have the right tools when they go onto the ice, including those ice picks that you can use to pull yourself out. We should also check the thickness as we go because the ice might be safe in one area and not in another. 2
people have been displaced following a house fire Saturday morning in Waterville. According to the Waterville Fire Department, crews arrived at the home on Oakland Street just before 10:30 a.m. Upon arrival, they discovered heavy smoke and fire showing from the second story of the residence. Although crews were able to contain the fire to a second-floor bedroom, smoke, heat, and water caused significant damage to the rest of the home. The two people inside were able to escape prior to the arrival of the fire department, and no injuries were reported. Multiple crews responded, and approximately 40 firefighters were on the scene. The cause of the fire is under investigation by the Maine State Fire Marshal's office.
Well, meanwhile, a man accused of setting a fire inside the Bangor Walmart store is now facing federal charges. 44-year-old Lucas Landry of Smyrna is facing a felony charge of arson for a blaze set back on November 3rd. The fire caused the store to remain closed after about $10 million worth of inventory was destroyed. Authorities say Landry set the fire to cause a distraction while he walked out of the store with a cart full of items. Landry was arraigned on the new federal charge on Friday.
The Attorney General's office says a state police detective was justified when he shot and killed a man in Dresden. It was on July 2nd when police heard a series of gunshots when they arrived at a home to deal with an intoxicated man with a gun. They say 28-year-old Frank Foss Jr. fled by the time they arrived, but they caught up with him on July 23rd at a home in Chelsea. Authorities say Detective Scott Duff opened fire when Foss pointed a gun in his direction. They say Foss then picked up the gun and shot himself in the head. The Attorney General's office ruled that Detective Duff had acted in self-defense.
Police are looking for the driver of a truck that appeared to crash into a local cemetery in Durham. Authorities say it happened around 10 o'clock Monday morning at Sawyer Cemetery on Route 136. They say the crash was not reported for several hours, and it caused extensive damage to a stone wall, a headstone, and a sign in the cemetery. When police finally got to the scene, they said the truck was gone, but someone was able to snap a picture before it left. They hope someone will recognize the vehicle and report it to the Androscoggin County Sheriff's Office.
As the death toll continues to rise along the Gaza Strip, a number of people came together in Orono Sunday to write letters to Maine's elected officials, calling for a ceasefire. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
You know, every time a single person comes out to stand for justice, it makes it a beautiful day.
Dozens gathered at the Islamic Center of Maine in Orono to write letters to Senators Angus King and Susan Collins and Congressman Jared Golden, asking for three things.
We want a ceasefire, we want the release of all hostages, captives, and prisoners, and we want immediate humanitarian relief for the people of the Gaza Strip.
Although none of the three elected officials have openly called for a ceasefire on Gaza, Senator King said earlier this month that he would like to see Israel cut back on large-scale bombing.
The point we did make to Netanyahu was the way you're conducting the war, particularly the civilian casualties, is absolutely to the detriment of Israel's long-term interests.
Right now, I'm writing a letter to Jared Golden.
Many who joined in the event wrote paragraph after paragraph to the officials.
I hope that this motivates them to, on a federal level, push for a ceasefire. It needs to reach the president. It needs to reach the Israeli prime minister.
And several people expressed concerns over the growing death toll in Gaza.
That number is just staggering to think about. It's beyond anything that I've ever heard in this situation before.
You don't need to know anyone in Gaza to have a warm heart and make a difference.
Organizers and participants say their efforts will not stop until their requests are met.
Our voices need to be heard and action needs to be taken.
In Orono, Grace Blanchard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Meanwhile, the Maine Department of Health and Human Services has faced harsh criticism from lawmakers over what they call a broken and failed child welfare system, including calls to separate the Office of Child and Family Services from DHHS. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard spoke with one of the lawmakers leading that charge.
Senator Jeff Timberlake is a member of the Government Oversight Committee, which has been investigating alleged failures and shortcomings of the Maine DHHS and child welfare system. According to the department, they have been listening to testimony and suggestions given at committee hearings and are working to make improvements to help better serve and protect children.
It's the old statement, time will tell. Do I think we're moving in the right direction? I think we're being heard, but I think that if they don't break up the department, no, we won't be moving in the right. I think the only way you can make the changes, and you heard from the majority of the committee today, agreed, and it was bipartisan, that needs to happen.
Jean Lambrew, the commissioner of DHHS, says times have changed and she would be open to supporting the idea if it's what's best for Maine children.
We are open to ideas if an in-depth analysis says that making this change and the cost that comes with it will do more for children and families than a separate department. We look forward to the review. The bill is at the Health and Human Services Committee, and any data that show that children will be better off will convince us to support it.
Recently, Bobby Johnson, a 28-year veteran of OCFS, was named as the permanent director after serving as interim director when the previous director resigned. Senator Timberlake isn't convinced she's the right person for the job.
You know, if I pull somebody from within and I'm looking for change and they've been part of the problem, let's say, to begin with, then you don't change the solution to the problem.
With growing bipartisan support, the issue of separating the Office of Child and Family Services from DHHS is likely to be taken up by the full legislature sometime before the end of this legislative session. At the State House, I'm Corey Bouchard for ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
An update from a story we told you about last week. The investigation of white powder sent to the Cross Building in Augusta. An investigation led by the Bureau of Motor Vehicles Enforcement Division regarding the suspicious envelope containing white powder opened on Tuesday at the Bureau of Corporations, Elections, and Commissions has determined that it did not appear to have been an intentional act. According to the Secretary of State's office, no charges will be filed. People who work in the building, but declined to be interviewed on camera, say they are concerned by the lack of emergency action, plans, or evacuations at what could have been a serious chemical or biological incident, or biochemical rather.
Well, meanwhile, last November, Maine voters overwhelmingly supported the right to repair ballot question. Now, changes may be coming to the newly enacted law itself. Members of the Committee on Innovation, Development, Economic Advancement, and Business are considering a bill that would seek to clarify Maine's right to repair law regarding vehicle diagnostic and repair information. Committee members are concerned that voters weren't informed about who would control the data and how the data would be safeguarded.
I'm very doubtful about that the 84% vote we saw. People were saying, yes, I want my automotive data to go to a government-sanctioned industry organization. I would be shocked if more than 10% knew that.
Well, one of the ideas brought by the committee members would be to have an independent quasi-governmental agency overseen by the legislature that would be required to act in the consumer's best interest.
A longtime Bangor restaurant, which planned to temporarily close for renovations, is now closing for good. The Ground Round on the Audland Road opened its doors back in 1969. The restaurant and bar has been frequented by families and sports teams over the years, and now staff and customers alike are saying they're sorry to see it go. We spoke with Alicia DeVoe, a waitress and server at the Ground Round for the past 18 years. She says this is truly the end of an era.
Initially, we were just supposed to close down for about a week because we had some plumbing issues that need to be attended to, and it was supposed to just be a temporary thing, but we found out yesterday that that is not the case. So we are been pushed out the door.
And their food is great. It's really too bad.
It's going to be missed, isn't it?
It's going to be missed by a lot of people. A lot of people. At least a lot of people I know.
The Ground Round reportedly closed for good yesterday. Those we spoke to say there's a chance it could reopen again as a restaurant, but it will not be a Ground Round.
One of those restaurants that we'll always remember, you know, so many good times there over the years. So
yeah,
hopefully they open up something nice there in its place.
Definitely. I hate to hear that the staff got such a short notice.
Yeah.
That's not good. All right, the time now is 6:14. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, local organizations say more people are seeking heating assistance this year with less money to go around. We'll hear about the struggle to keep up with the demand.
But first, another check of today's weather forecast. After a snowy start, we'll see partly cloudy conditions with a high near 33 degrees. Mostly clear with lows dropping down to the single digits overnight, close to zero. Tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high near 21.
R&K Variety is more than just a convenience store. With delicious homemade food made fresh daily. We offer hearty meals that don't break the bank. Whether it be our delicious chicken pot pie, one of our many savory soups, or a pizza, you can't go wrong at R&K Variety. Looking for a drink after a long workday? R&K Variety is an agency liquor store with an impressive selection. R&K Variety, more than just a convenience store. We're your neighbor, chef, barista, and friend. Stop by today.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Healing Hands Massage offers a variety of different massage techniques and services. Healing Hands Massage also offers spa services such as facials, body scrubs, and paraffin wax for the hands and feet. Are you looking for a day of relaxation? Healing Hands Massage offers outstanding packages at reasonable rates. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
All the nonsense
Fibber.
meets no nonsense.
I don't buy it.
Judge Judy.
Weekdays at 5 on ABC 7.
You're not going to want to miss this.
Jeopardy, like the Everest of trivia.
Spit and truth therapy.
You gotta feel smart. If you wanna look smart, get smart, be smart, think smart, talk smart, get smart. You are smart, smarty pants.
You got to unleash the power.
Woo! This week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. As temperatures drop, more and more Mainers need help heating their homes. But the agencies that provide that help are struggling to meet the demand this year. David Ledford has more.
A lot of people are having to make the choice between whether they're going to be able to heat their homes or they're going to put food on their table.
Community action agencies like Penquist Cap and Downey's Community Partners are getting less funding to keep families warm during the colder months. But the demand for heating assistance is high. Officials say applications for the Home Energy Assistance Program are up 8% across the state.
Penquist has taken over 1,400 more new applications this year than we had from last year. We've done almost 9,000 this year.
We're seeing an uptick in application, a decrease in benefit.
According to Maine Housing, the Home Energy Assistance Program received extra state and federal funding for the previous 2 winters, which resulted in a larger benefit for eligible households. However, Maine Housing representatives say that funding has dipped back to pre-pandemic levels, leaving roughly $40 million to be distributed for the year.
Payments are half of what they were from last season. So an average payment from last season was $1,100, and now it's down to $550.
Now, agencies are asking for help to make sure everyone stays warm this winter.
And we're getting kind of low on our emergency funds, so now we're working into our discretionary fund. So we're really looking for help.
We all appreciate being warm in our homes each and every night, and we should want that for all of our fellow Mainers.
To learn how you can donate, visit our website, foxbangor.com. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A Milo chef is in the running to win a James Beard Award. The highly coveted award is given out every year to chefs, restaurant owners, authors, and journalists who are at the top of their field. Our Jody Hersey recently sat down with Chef Joe Robbins to talk about his nomination.
Chef Joe Robbins is no stranger to the heat. He's been cooking and plating dishes with Maine ingredients for years at Bissell Brothers in Milo. Now he's in the running to win a James Beard Award.
It's been a goal of mine since I started this. Anything I've ever done, I've always wanted to do it at a high level. I get bored if it's, if there's a ceiling on something. So honestly, it's an honor.
Robbins, who is a Penobscot native, has been working in the kitchen for a decade. Last year, Robbins was invited to cook at the Tribal Nations Summit in Washington, D.C., where he was just one of 4 Indigenous chefs to attend the event. Back here in Maine, customers will travel from all over to dine on his Navajo tacos, succotash, or even a juicy cheeseburger.
There's not a town in the world you can go in and not get one. Ours is so much different because every ingredient on it is from the state. That was very important to us at the beginning, that It was never going to be Idaho potatoes. It was always going to be, Maine French fries. It's been pretty cool to see, every weekend somebody traveling 100 miles, 200 miles, sometimes from Canada, from another country. I never expected that when I started this whole trip to Milo to do what I'm doing.
Robbins is now one of 10 semifinalists in the running for a James Beard Award.
I certainly am competitive and want to win this thing. We've been doing what I would consider James Beard quality work since we started. So we don't need to change what we do, but we certainly will continue to grow with it.
In Milo, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
I say this every time we see a Bissell Brothers story. I got to get up there.
I know.
Their food just looks fantastic.
It's not that far away from Bangor.
I know. It's just a matter of getting in the car and going.
Right.
But, yeah,
good beer, too.
Congratulations to him and on all the success. All that hard work is paying off.
Right, especially.
Yeah.
I know that trip to Washington was not an easy feat.
Yeah, pretty neat.
Yep. All right, the time now is 6:21. After the break, the Super Bowl is now only 2 weeks away. We'll have a recap of the game that determined it all.
Plus, tax season kicks off today. The latest on those stories and more coming up right after the break.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC 7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Brandywine Graphics, Coastal Auto Parts, Complete Tire Service, Disconnected Tattoo and Art Company, Osborne's Plumbing and Heating, and Whitney's Family Supermarket.
Spectrum Mobile brings you our best deal to start the new year. Now you can get unlimited mobile for $15 per line. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line with no added taxes or hidden fees and no contracts. Save over $1,400 for the first year. Call 855-231-6922. Spectrum Mobile includes nationwide 5G and the fastest wireless speeds with unlimited talk, text, and data. Switch to Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for just $15 per line. Call 855-231-6922 or visit a Spectrum store near you.
I got hurt in a car accident. Give me one good reason why I should call the twos.
How about 3 great reasons you should call us? 1, we make it easy. You can sign up with our e-sign program or we can come to you. 2, there's no upfront cost. 3, the result. Just listen to this.
Lowry & Associates got me $475,000.
Call the twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Now to the nail-biting games that determined this year's Super Bowl matchup. They included a historic meltdown for the Motor City, a lucky ladybug, and a post-game kiss seen all around the world. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has more.
This morning, heartbreak in Detroit after the Lions fell short of reaching their first Super Bowl in franchise history, losing to the 49ers in an epic collapse. The Detroit Free Press with the headline, "Super Stunned."
Inside the 5, touchdown!
The Lions shocked the 49ers by racing to a 24-7 lead. No team has ever had that big of a lead at halftime in the NFC Conference Championship and lost.
Touchdown!
But the 49ers would score 27 consecutive points, led by quarterback Brock Purdy, connecting with Brandon Ayuk on this deep pass that bounced off a Lions defender.
Launching deep, going for Brandon Ayuk. It is. Oh, he caught it off the ricochet.
In what seemed like the blink of an eye, the 49ers tied the game in the third quarter. And then a huge gamble by Lions coach Dan Campbell in the fourth quarter. He opted not to go for the game-tying field goal. The pass by Lions quarterback Jared Goff, then sailing, incomplete.
It's easy hindsight, and I get it. I don't regret those decisions, and that's hard.
The 49ers scored on the next possession, putting the game away.
But then our guys got those turnovers, man. Kept it rolling, and D shut him out there in the second half, and this dude right next to me made it happen.
The win especially sweet for Brock Purdy, once referred to as Mr. Irrelevant because he was the very last player selected during the 2022 draft.
For us, it's a team sport. You know, we knew we had a half left.
Earlier in the AFC Championship game, the Chiefs' defense shocking Lamar Jackson and the Ravens, holding them to just 10 points, while Travis Kelce made history.
And it's caught by Kelce for the touchdown.
His 152nd postseason catch broke the record held by Jerry Rice.
You gotta fight for your right to play!
Kelsey and quarterback Patrick Mahomes heading to the Super Bowl for the second consecutive year and their fourth time in 5 years. But for many, this was the real highlight of the game. Kelsey and girlfriend Taylor Swift locking lips on the field after the big win. The Super Bowl is February 11th in Las Vegas. It's a rematch of the 2020 Super Bowl that was won by the Chiefs. But overnight, odds makers picked the 49ers as favorites this time by 2.5 points. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
Congratulations to everyone that played, really, just to get it that far. It's an incredible thing. And, you know, it's kind of sweet to watch the Taylor Swift thing. People either love it or hate it, I guess, you know.
I'm neutral.
I think it's cute.
I think it's adorable. Yeah.
Might even be raising a little more interest in the NFL for among younger people, too.
Right?
Who knows? But, yeah, I just think it's cute. Just being a cute little girlfriend. And,
You know.
I
mean, this is also the first year in Maine that sports betting is legal, so that'll probably also kind of increase participation.
I think people were actually betting on how many times Taylor Swift would appear on TV last night in Las Vegas. They were setting the odds at that. And,
really? That's something you can bet on.
Oh, you can bet on anything.
At least on
if you want to.
DraftKings is what I'm thinking, the app. But I'm curious.
So, well, now we know who's going to be in the Super Bowl. We'll have to see what happens next.
Yeah, not too far away. All right, the time now is 6:26.
Let's get a full look at today's weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Your full weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already, a winter weather advisory is posted until 11 a.m. along the coast here for the counties highlighted here in a purple shade because of some accumulating snow expected there. We also have gale warnings up along the coast. I'll adjust the map here. This will mainly stay up until Tuesday morning at around 5 a.m. because of active surf that will be expected from some gusty winds that will be moving through. But meanwhile, though, our big focus is definitely the snow that's taking place right now, though. Here's the snow right about in here, mainly along and south of the Bangor area. We'll throw this radar into motion, though. It's pretty much just staying there as low pressure continues to track off in the northwest and going toward the south and east. We'll keep the snow going throughout the daytime period. Obviously, some active surf will be expected along the coast as well with this area low pressure that's moving through. Bigger picture, though, showing the low pressure center moving off towards the east. Some other areas seeing some snow and maybe even some rain as well. But for us, the snow will start to taper off later on this morning and especially this afternoon. This afternoon looking like a much calmer afternoon despite the wind, but the clouds will start to break up later on as well. But otherwise, though, here's this system right about here that'll be moving away from us. This one's going to stay off toward the north as well. But right behind it, though, the out west is looking very quiet right now. So once we get this system through, though, we'll be looking pretty good moving forward for a good bit. So futurecast moving forward, though, maybe a few snow flurries throughout the morning period. We'll start to get the clouds to break up during the afternoon and evening time frame as well. Then look at this here, mostly clear later on tonight and a lot of sunshine on the way for you Tuesday. A very nice day overall, so get outside and enjoy it. This might be a little bit chilly, so definitely make sure to have the winter coats ready to go. Then once we head towards Tuesday night and the parts of Wednesday morning, we'll get some clouds moving in. That's all we'll see there. As for the snow accumulations, again, nothing to get too worried about. Maybe some minor accumulations further off towards the north, but very minimal at best. And as for us, so no additional snow accumulations expected at this point. As for the gusty winds, some gusty winds up to 30 miles per hour are possible throughout the daytime period today, and we'll keep those gusty winds going into parts of tonight as well. And even through parts of tomorrow, some gusty winds, but will slowly begin to back off as we head towards Tuesday morning. So your forecast coming up for today, lower 30s, some morning snow showers, then becoming partly cloudy late in the day, with that north wind getting up to about 30 miles per hour. For tonight, 1 degree, again cold out there, mostly clear, breezy and chilly. The north wind getting up to about 25 miles per hour, making it feel colder. 21 degrees tomorrow, mostly sunny. The north wind backing off to about 5 to 10 miles per hour. Alrighty, your Scott's Recreation extended forecast. Partly cloudy on Wednesday with highs in the low 30s. Upper 30s by Thursday with a mostly cloudy sky. And some rain and snow showers possible on Friday with highs in the upper 30s.
This week, just look who's saying.
Good morning, America.
Emma Stone, Demi Moore, Dua Lipa and Henry Cavill.
Good morning, America.
Usher and Megan Thee Stallion on
Good morning, America!
People ask me all the time, are those commercials really true? Does Lowry & Associates really get all of those clients, all of those big settlements? Yes, we do. We really have have gotten millions of dollars for Mainers hurt by commercial vehicles. And the insurance companies know when you call the twos, we're going to fight for you. And you know what else is true? I really am standing on top of this big truck.
Hurt by a big truck? Call the twos. We win for you.
Because I have both Medicaid and Medicare, I got a special Medicare Advantage plan from WellCare. It's called DSNP. That's DSNP. And it stands for Dual Eligible Special Needs Plan. My grandson, it's my boy.
Hey, Grandma.
And a WellCare DSNP comes with a whole lot of these. As in, WellCare gives me benefits I can use every day, and real human support, and answers I can understand. And I get benefits like $0 copays on prescriptions, and a WellCare Spendables debit card to pay for things like dental, utilities, and groceries. I can even use it to pay at the pump for gas. And that means a WellCare DSNP provides what I need when I need it. And that gives me the confidence I need to get through every day.
The coverage you need and more. Call or visit wellcareyes.com to see if you qualify for more benefits.
When the Coach House Restaurant wants to know the local forecast, they log on to foxbangor.com. The Coach House Restaurant, family dining at its best with fine home-cooked meals, delicious homemade desserts, and a large menu of tasty offerings for breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Tragedy striking U.S. forces in the Middle East after 3 American soldiers are killed by a drone strike on a U.S. military base in Jordan. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson has the latest.
A major escalation in what is already a very tense situation in the Middle East. U.S. Central Command says 3 soldiers were killed and at least 34 others were hurt after a drone attack late Saturday night on a military base known as Tower 22 in northern Jordan. It's the first time U.S. troops have been killed after months of attacks on American forces. The White House is blaming the strike on Iranian-backed militias operating in Iraq and Syria. President Biden on Sunday vowing the U.S. would answer.
We lost 3 brave souls in an attack on one of our bases.
Yes.
And I'd ask you for a moment of silence for all 3 of those fallen soldiers. And we shall respond.
The drone strike hit the sleeping quarters at the base, which may have contributed to the number of casualties. Several Republican senators on Sunday called for the U.S. to retaliate directly against Iran, a sentiment echoed by some former military leaders.
Attacking the proxies is something we should do, but we should also look at targets in Iran and send a strong message to not only Iran, but to Iran's backers, which would be China and Russia.
A strike inside Iran could lead to a much larger war, something top U.S. officials had hoped to avoid.
We don't want to go down a path of greater escalation that drives to a much broader conflict within the region.
The names of the 3 American soldiers killed will be released following next of kin notifications. At the White House, Lucas Tomlinson, Fox News.
In other news, the Senate is hoping to move forward this week on a major deal to rework the way the U.S. controls its southern border. Fox's C.B. Cotton with that story.
Bipartisan bill would be good for America and help fix our broken immigration system and allow speedy access for those who deserve to be here.
President Biden on Saturday making a lofty promise to lawmakers if they can get a deal done on immigration.
If that bill were the law today, I'd shut down the border right now and fix it quickly.
The White House has been working with a bipartisan group of senators for weeks to reach an agreement on the first major overhaul of the country's immigration system since the 1990s. Among the changes, it would reportedly give the White House the authority to deny asylum seekers when migrant crossings surpass a certain number.
When we can no longer detain and deport, when we can't process the people and actually make a decision right there at the border, then we'll actually turn those folks back around to Mexico and say we can no longer do this.
Current U.S. law allows most migrants to request asylum even if they enter the country illegally. It takes sometimes 5 to 10 years for somebody to get their asylum claim heard. That's not fair to anybody, including the migrant, that it takes that long. We would shorten that time frame down to 6 months in some cases, and then it
would get people work permits faster.
But even if a deal is reached in the Senate, it still faces an uphill battle in the Republican-controlled House, with former President Trump also urging GOP lawmakers to vote against it.
A lot of the senators are trying to say respectfully they're blaming it on me. I said, that's okay, please blame it on me. I'd rather have no bill than a bad bill.
Senators involved in the negotiations hope to unveil an agreement as early as this week. In New York, CB Cotton, Fox News.
Time to settle up again with Uncle Sam as the 2024 tax filing season is ready to begin. Today is the first day you can send off your tax forms and payments to the federal government or begin awaiting your tax refunds. Taxpayers have until Monday, April 15th to finish their filings without penalty if they owe taxes. The IRS is expecting about 128.7 million returns this year. A free file tool and free tax preparation help is available. I think I'm gonna start on that today. Maybe make an appointment today.
Good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea.
Yeah.
I think I'll put mine off till April like I always do.
I had a feeling.
Yeah.
At least it's not busy then. It'll be easy to get an appointment.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up on the second half of the newscast, it's been a month since a new local restaurant opened in Levant. We'll hear an update on how business is faring for them.
Plus that local forecast coming up right after the break.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
It's high school basketball season, and ABC7 and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Coastal Auto Parts, Hamlin's Marine, Leo & Sons Auto Repair, Maine Collision Center, Old Town Archery, and Sargent.
Gun Sports and Brewer knows that for fun, exercise, and meeting new friends, nothing is better than ice skating. Whether it's sailing down the ice, making a great pass, and scoring in a game of hockey, or the grace, strength, and expression of figure skating. From the youngest child all the way to adulthood, anyone can enjoy the fun of skating. At Gun Sports, we supply the equipment for your skating fun for great prices, the proper fit, and service after the sale. Shop your locally owned Gun Sports Shop, Greenpoint Road in Brewer.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Healing Hands Massage in Hamden provides professional massage services tailored specifically for our clients. Whether you're looking for relief from chronic pain, stiffness, or just want to treat yourself to a day of relaxation, Healing Hands Massage is the place for you.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
You're watching ABC7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone, to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, January 29th, and today is also National Carnation Day.
This day was established in honor of former President William McKinley, the 25th President of the United States, who was assassinated in 1901. He always wore a red carnation on his lapel because they were his favorite flower, and it was a good luck charm. And today is also his birthday.
All right. On this day in history, back in 1845, American writer Edgar Allan Poe's poem, The Raven, was first published in the New York City newspaper, The Evening Mirror. I like the name of the newspaper, even.
Yeah, right? That's creative.
In 1892, the Coca-Cola Company was incorporated in Atlanta, Georgia. In 1907, Republican Charles Curtis of Kansas became the first Native American U.S. Senator.
And in 1959, Walt Disney's Sleeping Beauty was released. I always forget how old a lot of the Disney classics are.
Yeah.
Like, generations have grown up with them.
When I was little. I mean, that was a long time ago.
Really long time ago.
Yeah.
And in 2015, Malaysia officially declared the disappearance of missing flight MH370 an accident. Really kind of a loophole that you can go down if you research that flight. I'm listening to a podcast about it right now. It's like 3 hours long.
Wow.
And all sorts of conspiracy theories attached to it, and all sorts of fun stuff. And in 2018, the Marvel film Black Panther, directed by Ryan Coogler and starring the late Chadwick Boseman, premiered in Los Angeles.
That was a good one, too.
Yeah, right?
For birthdays today, we have American actor Tom Selleck. He is 79 today, Magnum P.I.
Yeah, right.
Talk show host Oprah Winfrey is 70 today. And singer-songwriter Adam Lambert is 42. He's now the lead singer of Queen.
Yeah.
So
I always, whenever I think of Tom Selleck, I think her name's Linda from Bob's Burgers. Tom Selleck.
Yeah.
The way she fawns over him just cracks me up.
He was pretty popular back in the day.
Right.
He's still pretty popular today, too.
Yeah.
But back when he was doing the Magnum thing, he was like Mr. Heartthrob and all that kind of stuff with his tight little shorts. So, yeah, that's back when they wore shorts like up to here.
Those are coming back.
Are they really?
I'm
Okay.
calling it. That's going to be the trend in the next few years.
Everything comes back.
Yes. Even short, tight men's shorts.
Yeah. You won't want to wear shorts tomorrow morning, I'll tell you that.
No, I'm sure people still will be,
They
though.
will be, yeah, probably.
Especially on the UMaine campus.
Yeah, it's going to be very cold, though.
Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. Happy Monday. Your first weather forecast brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home and Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. Already this morning, a couple of alerts in effect here. This right here is a winter weather advisory that will expire this morning at around 11 a.m. along the coast. There's also gale warnings that do remain posted. We'll adjust the map here. This will last through 5 a.m. Tuesday, so active wave heights will be expected soon as this continues to move through. But meanwhile, though, let's take a look at the radar. So we do have some snow moving in this morning, mainly along and south of the Bangor area. Some accumulating snow will be possible in a few areas during the morning period. We'll really quiet down during the afternoon with a partly cloudy sky, so we'll get some sunshine going during the afternoon period. Let's zoom things out and give you the bigger picture. This is the only thing going on right now. We'll push this off to the east, and again, later on this afternoon, I should say, so later on this afternoon and beyond, things will begin to calm down. Futurecast showing things kind of relaxing a bit later on today, but especially this afternoon to the evening time frame, the clouds will begin to break up, and then by Tuesday, a lot of sunshine will be seen. But the wind will be an issue today. Some sustained winds getting up to 15 to 20 miles per hour. Gusts to even 30 miles per hour are possible later on today, and some gusty winds tonight as well, so make sure you're ready for those gusty winds. So your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing the snow showers ending. We'll start to get some sunshine during the afternoon period with temperatures in the 30s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma?
Thank you, Devin. You weren't kidding. It is chilly
It's gonna
tonight.
be real cold.
Whew, dangerous. All right, moving on. It's been a month since Maniac Snack Shack opened its doors in the town of Levant, and the customers are eating it up. That was good.
Nice little,
yeah, right? The business primarily serves breakfast and lunch, as well as something for your sweet tooth. Owner Holly Allen also prepares take-home meals for folks who are too busy to cook dinner. Maniac Snack Shack is open Tuesday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. However, this month, Allen decided to open the business on a Saturday for locals who might not have the chance to give the shack a try during the work week.
We have been so welcomed here. It's been overwhelming and amazing with the amount of support and love that everybody has shown. They come in, they check us out, we have return customers, and everybody's busy lives, you know, coming and going, and everybody can use a little bit of help, so that's what we're here for.
The business is located on the Kenduskeag Road in Levant, right next to Hashi's Auto Enhancing. For more information, including the company's menu options, check out the Maniac Snack Shack Facebook page, and they've definitely piqued our interest. Those cinnamon rolls got me thinking about making a trip over there.
Stuff looks good, huh?
Yeah. Our cameraman Keenan said he saw queso burrito on the
Yum.
menu, and that makes me pretty hungry.
He's
right
over
now,
there
too.
rubbing his belly. Yeah, we
I
gotta
know.
give some of that Snack Shack stuff a try.
Yeah, morning crew hasn't had breakfast yet.
Can you tell? Yeah.
Okay, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
We'll be right back.
Orono is more than just a college town. It's an affordable destination. Welcome to the Orono Arcade, where we have both modern and retro games. And for a new experience, check out our 9-hole blacklight mini golf course. Budget-friendly, fun for the whole family, with 13 restaurants within walking distance. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Orono Arcade.
Hammond Lumber Company has been a trusted partner of professional contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners for generations. It's the level of trust that Hammond Lumber has earned by providing an extensive selection of products and materials from industry-leading suppliers, with guidance and support through every stage of any project, including delivery of materials throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond Lumber Company is, has been, and will always be your building project partner.
An alternative to pills, Voltaren is a clinically proven arthritis pain relief gel which penetrates deep to target the source of pain with non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medicine directly at the source. Voltaren, the joy of movement.
Right now, there's just so much happening in our world. So much at stake at the start of every morning.
Making sense of it all, that's not always so easy.
And that's where we come in.
Good morning, America. We want you to know every morning.
We're right here, and we got you.
Local news weeknights at 6 with Beth Jones and Peter Dubois on ABC 7.
Maine State of the State address coverage, Tuesday starting at 7 on Fox 22.
Hey everybody, Ryan Soudal here. Thank you so much for joining us. Ice fishing in Maine is as much a tradition as Moxie and going up to camp, and one yearly event at Milford's Pickerel Pond looks to foster the next generation. It's Family Ice Fishing Day, and we were there Saturday. Take a look.
Get the kids here, they get to have a great experience that they can take out with them for the rest of their lives.
Every year, the Maine Youth Fish and Game Association in Milford hosts Family Ice Fishing Day, a day designed to help foster the next generation of ice fishermen in the Pine Tree State.
We come out every year for this, and the kids love it, and it's all about them.
I did a lot of fishing with my uncle and grandfather when I was a kid, and now I'm taking my son and my kids with.
And whether it's continuing that family tradition or starting one anew, there's no better chance for kids and their families to drill a few holes. It is free, after all.
We provide all the gear, so families come out here who've never done this sort of thing before, and they learn how. And I think probably the next stop they take is maybe pick up a little gear and do it themselves for the rest of the winter.
And for those experienced ice fishermen, they hope their kids' passion for it starts and stretches much further than that.
It's just part of the fiber of my being. I love teaching them how to be outdoors and fish for yourself and, provide food for yourself, and it's just great to teach them.
And what a better way to get the kids hooked than a little competition. The biggest catch receives $100.
At the beginning, I said I was going to come out here and win it. Right here.
Gage Powers was right on. His over 18-inch, nearly 3-pound trout got him the crown. And his message to other kids who want to come out and try?
Have fun. Be kids.
Well, dozens of other youngsters answered the call Saturday and did just that.
It's just fun. You get to be outside catching fish.
And it's that feeling, how they react when the flag goes up, when they get a great catch that keeps the kids coming back and the association keeping it going.
A young girl, probably 8 or 9 years old, caught a 14-inch brook trout right over here by the shore, and her eyes were like pie plates. And that's really what it's about.
Well, that flag goes up and they all huddle around it, and it's a magic moment right there when they first pull one out. They're on top of the world.
After hanging out there, I really have to try ice fishing for myself in the future. Okay, now let's move to some Black Bear basketball. Both men and women's teams facing Binghamton on Saturday. Let's start over at the Cross Center with the Maine men's team. Black Bears looking for their third straight win after starting conference play 0-3. Maine trailed most of the game, but with 5 minutes left in the game, here's Jaden Clayton driving in. He's going to get the lay-in to go off glass to put the Black Bears up 1. A minute later, Bearcats back in front. Symir Torrance runs it down and catches a cutting Armin Hareed for a man slam. They're up 4 now. Down the other end, Clayton, a quick kick to DeShante. Right McLeish for the top of the key 3, and he drills it to make it a 1-point game. Under 10 seconds left now. Black Bears up 1 after some foul shots. Torrance taking it himself all the way in, and the floater is good. Bearcats up 51-50 with a few seconds left, and that is the final. And now let's go to Binghamton for the women's turn against the Bearcats, trying to bounce back from their first conference loss to Albany. Final seconds of the first half. Binghamton's Megan Casey sends it to Ella Wanzer. She takes it in and banks it off the glass at the horn. Bearcats up 10 at the break. But here come the Black Bears in the third. And Simon, nice fake out here as she drives to the hoop for 2. 3 minutes left in the quarter now. Here's Adriana Smith. She pivots, drives, and banks it home with the left hand. Just a 2-point lead now. Then J.C. Christopher bringing it down. Out to Paula Gallego for the corner three to give Maine the lead. A 17-5 third quarter helps Maine get the 59-56 win. All right, now let's pivot to Maine women's hockey. Black Bears dropping the first leg of their weekend doubleheader at UNH Friday night, trying for the split on Saturday. Black Bears also looking to break their 4-game winless streak. First period, Black Bears on the power play. Ida Coppola's shot was blocked away. Scrum for it, loose in front still, and Coppola comes in to clean it up 1-1. Later, Maine on a 4-on-4. Lily Fetch, a backhand pass cross ice to Elise Morphy, and she rips it into the net. It's 2-1 Black Bears. Second period, UNH on a power play. Charlie Kettle's shot ricochets off a Black Bear, and there's Annie Berry on a sweet follow. We are tied up at 2. Third period, UNH's Brooke Hammer with a drive, saved by Julia Bacchetti, but Kira Judokis is there for the rebound goal. It's 3-2 Wildcats. They go on to win 4-2. And now to some other scores from the area. Husson men's basketball defeats Thomas 91-76, making Coach Warren Caruso the winningest coach in program history. Congrats to him. Women's team also picking up the win 80-53. Class B boys basketball, Herman a close win 44-42 over Foxcroft Academy. And in Class C boys basketball, big upset here. PCHS defeats George Stevens 68-59. So that's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
It's high school basketball season, and WVII and Fox 22 are here to keep you up to date with your local scores and highlights during Friday Night Fast Break. Get out and support your hometown teams and look for our sports crew to get your own free Friday Night Fast Break t-shirt courtesy of
Carpet One, Coastal Auto Parts, Greenway Equipment Sales, Katahdin Trust Company, Ray Plumbing and Heating, and Tony Murray's Fairway Auto Sales.
Hello, fellow flyers. I'm the Savvy Traveler, here to share the secrets of convenience at Bangor International Airport. Parking, you're steps away from the terminal. Inside, even more conveniences. And friendly, efficient security. All of these make BGR the official airport of you. Remember, the Savvy Travel through Bangor International Airport. Flybangor.com.
When the acres add up, so does the work. The Kubota LO2 series is ready for it. Part of the #1 rated tractor brand for durability and owner experience, it features powerful, dependable Kubota diesel engines, performance-matched attachments, and the versatility to get the job done right.
Available at Doors Equipment, 1468 Outer Hammond Street, Bangor.
Those winter storms we experienced earlier this month had detrimental impacts on the American Red Cross blood supply. According to the Red Cross, due to those storms, nearly 15,000 donations went uncollected, making the current emergency blood shortage even worse. The executive director of the American Red Cross Northern and Eastern Maine, Carolyn King, says it's incredibly important to make an appointment and donate blood now more than ever.
We have so many open appointments right now, hundreds of open appointments. We are counting on people to come out and give blood. Every day we need 300 people to give blood in the state of Maine, and we're just not seeing that many folks.
Bangor High School hosted its own drive on Friday morning to help with the shortage. Cerise Molina helped organize the event and was a first-time donor.
I mean, I'm donating right now just because personally I want to, and also one day I want people to see that I did it. I want them to be like, I want to do it too, you know?
So get out there and donate blood if you can. It'd be a great opportunity for other people if they want to host a blood drive of their own.
I donated last week. Really cool shirts they were giving away. It has a Yeti on it.
Yeah.
It's my new favorite shirt.
There you go.
Yeah.
Give the local Red Cross a call and they'll hook you up with an appointment.
They're great here in Bangor. They make it easy.
All right, one more check of that forecast before we take the break. It looks like today the snow will come to an end. It will be partly cloudy with a high near 33 degrees. Mostly clear with lows getting down pretty cold overnight, down to around 1 degree. Tomorrow mostly sunny with a high near 21.
If you think about it, hash browns are the French fries of breakfast.
who says it's not French fries that are the hash browns of lunch and dinner?
That's also true.
Right now, you can get a savory, melty sausage burrito, crunchy hash browns, or these satisfying breakfast faves. Mix and match any two for just $3 at McDonald's.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Hi, this is Jim with Lowry & Associates.
Some guy slid across the center line and hit my daughter. The cops said the guy was driving way too fast for the snowy conditions.
I'm so sorry you guys are going through this. Is your daughter okay?
She just had surgery yesterday. Is there any way you can come meet us at the hospital?
Absolutely. I can meet you at the hospital right now.
Lowry & Associates came to the hospital and settled my daughter's case for $250,000.
I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. Call us. We win for you.
Your local professional eco-friendly office space partner is Levesque Business Solutions, your one-stop shop to get the job done. Handling all your office furniture and printing machine needs at an affordable price. Offering full system integration into your workplace and local service on everything we sell. We can even remote monitor your system with just-in-time inventory and service need assessments. Little to no downtime gives you peace of mind. At Levesque Business Solutions, your solution is only an email or a phone call away.
No one wants to see that.
She's made her mind up. She's leaving.
Most of us have a favorite pizza, but a favorite frozen pizza might not be easy to name. Now a new survey by Consumer Reports ranks the best frozen pizza on the market. According to the report, Amy's Cheese Pizza, Red Baron Classic Crust 4 Cheese Pizza, and Costco's Kirkland Signature Cheese Pizza are the ones worth stocking up on. They didn't even say DiGiorno on there. That's our favorite, right? We talked about that last week. And Consumer Reports recommends not to thaw the pizza before you cook it because the cook time is based on it being frozen. Preheat your oven and let it sit at the recommended temperature for a few minutes before throwing your pizza in. Place the pizza directly on the center oven rack as the crust will crisp up better that way. Definitely make sure to take it out of the plastic.
Yeah.
And give it a few minutes to set before you cut it. I don't know about frozen pizza, but I had a pepperoni green pepper from Pat's last week.
Good stuff, huh?
One of my
You were
favorites.
talking about pizza all week last week. You wanted it.
I treated myself. I got a Moxie and a large pizza. Ate
Yum.
the whole thing on Friday.
Yummy,
Oh,
yummy.
lovely.
Hey, I think we're about out of time now.
Yeah.
By the way, Newman's Own. Nothing wrong with Newman's Own.
True.
They're good if you like a nice thin crust.
Yep.
So we'll leave it there.
Have a good day.